Pause for a second. If someone asks you right now to explain the difference between internet and the web, or what an API does, could you do it without pulling up Google? Don't worry, if your answer is no, by the end of this video, you will be able to do that easily. I'm going to go through 9 core concepts that every piece of modern technology is built upon today. Not advanced theory, just the foundations. The stuff that once it clicks makes everything else easier as you go along, like learning a new tool, understanding job postings, tutorials, and even just tech news. Tech fundamentals are the essential concepts that explain how computers, software, network, and digital applications work together. We are covering hardware and software basics, operating systems, the internet and the web, front-end versus back-end, databases, cloud computing, cybersecurity, AI basics, and networking. Whether you're exploring a tech career, starting a blog, studying IT, or just want to stop feeling lost in conversation, this is your starting line. Into it, let's start with the most basic split in all of computing, hardware and software. Hardware is everything physical. Your CPU, which is the processing, your RAM, which is the short-term memory, your storage device, your motherboard, and your networking devices like routers and so on and so forth. Software is the instruction that tells the hardware what to do. So your operating system, your applications, your browsers are all examples of software. Here's the relationship that actually matters. Without software, hardware is just an expensive gadget. And without hardware, software has nothing to run on. They need each other completely. So how do you, the user, actually talk to all this hardware? It's done through an operating system or OS. The OS manages your hardware and software resources and acts like a bridge between you and the machine. Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, iOS, all these handle the same core jobs, from file management, memory allocation, deciding which processors run on when, managing device drivers, and controlling security permissions. Every time you open an app, save a file, or plug in a USB, your OS is quietly coordinating all of this. Next is the internet and the web. Here is a distinction almost nobody makes correctly. The internet and the web are not the same thing. The internet is the global network of interconnected computers, i.e., the infrastructure or the baseline. The web, on the other hand, is a service that runs on top of this infrastructure using HTTP and HTTP protocols, browsers, web servers. So here's what actually happens when you type in a website address in your browser. Step 1. DNS converts that domain name into an IP address. 2. Your browser sends a request to the server. 3. The server sends back the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files to you. And 4. Your browser renders all of that into the page that you see. The entire sequence happens in a fraction of a second every single time you load a page. I have a full breakdown of this on one of my previous videos. I'll link in the description. Next is front end and back end. Modern applications today are split in two halves. The front end is the client side, everything you directly see and interact with. Layers, buttons, fonts, animations, and so on and so forth. This is built with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The back end, on the other hand, is the server side. That is where the logic runs behind the scenes. Databases, authentication, APIs, business logic, and so on and so forth. These are built with languages like Python, JavaScript, Node.js, or PHP. When you log into an application, the front end is what you see, the form you type into. The back end is what cracks your password, confirms that it is correct, and decides what you are allowed to see next. Next is databases. Every login, comment, and purchase must live somewhere on the internet. That is called the database. Relational databases use structured tables and SQL, and they are ideal for structured data, like MySQL. NoSQL databases are more flexible, storing data like JSON-like document designed for scale. Think MongoDB or Firebase. Different shape, same job, storing and retrieving information reliably at scale for millions of users at once. Next is cloud computing. Instead of buying and maintaining physical servers, most companies now rent computer power from providers like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud. That is cloud computing. It gives you on-the-demand computer power storage that scales up or down, global infrastructure, and pay-as-you-go pricing. Most applications you see today, your email, your streaming service, your banking applications, all run on the cloud. Understanding these basic concepts isn't optional anymore if you are looking to work in tech or you are already in tech. Next is API, Application Programming Interface, and it is simply how different software systems talk to each other. A weather application pulls live data from a weather API. A checkout page connects to a payment processor through an API. Your social media application connects to other services the same way. If you are heading towards back-end development or application building, API is non-negotiable to understand. I have a full breakdown video of what API is and how to understand it at the basic level in one of my videos. I'll put the link in the description. The next tech fundamental you need to understand is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity isn't just for specialists anymore. It is encryption, authentication, authorization, firewalls, multi-factor authentication, plus everyday habits like having a strong password and spotting phishing attempts on a daily. The next is AI, artificial intelligence. This describes systems that perform tasks requiring human-like intelligence. While machine learning is a subset of AI, it is about systems that learn from data. Recommendation engines, chatbots, image recognitions are examples that we use on a daily basis. That is the foundation: hardware, software, operating system, the internet and the web, front-end, back-end, databases, cloud, API, cybersecurity, and AI. None of this is advanced, but all of it is the floor everything is built upon. And if you are trying to get into tech or you are already into tech, you should understand all of this at the fundamental level. If you found this video useful, I have a full written guide linked below with even more detail and resources for your next steps. And if you are thinking of getting into tech and having an actual career, I've got a beginner roadmap for that also linked below. Comment and share if you found this very useful, and subscribe if you want more of this breakdown. See you in the next one.